When we look up at the stars on a winter night, you will see a star about to die. And when he died, will be the brightest star in the sky. Its brightness can reach the full moon state. It's visible even during the day. This star is Shangshu Temple. Shangshu Temple. It is one of the easiest stars in the sky to identify. It is located on the shoulder of Orion. Is an extremely bright red supergiant. It is about 640 light-years from Earth. It's about 16 times the mass of the Sun. It can hold 700 million suns. If we take the position of the Sun and Shangshu Temple, replace, then the volume will exceed the orbit of Jupiter. That means Venus, Earth and Mars were swallowed by him. Shangshu Temple. It has always been the subject of attention of astronomers. In 2019, astronomers observed Shangshu Temple periodically lighten and darken in a strange way. It went from normal brightness down to 36%. Then it goes back up. Later studies found that it turned out that a large amount of material was ejected from his surface, causing a blurring of our vision of Deep Zeus. Scientists speculate that he is currently in the final stages of his life. That is to say, Shangshu Temple will be faster than we thought. A super hard eruption occurs. Although Shangshu Temple has entered the end stage of life, but compared to other stellar lifetimes, it's actually just the equivalent of a baby star. Because of its age, just 10 million years or so. To know that our Sun has been around since its birth, it's been almost 5 billion years, and he's only about 10 million years old. You can see how young Shangshu Temple is. Then Shangshu Temple is so young. Why do astronomers think he has entered the tacit understanding stage of life? We know the burning principle of stars. In fact, through lighter elements converge into heavier elements, and then it releases energy to get light and heat. However, a star's fuel is limited. Like our Sun, over the past 5 billion years or so, the core has been undergoing a nuclear fusion reaction. According to projections, about 5 billion years, the hydrogen in its core is depleted, finally come to an end. And Shangshu Temple started from its birth, more than 10 times the mass of the Sun. Therefore, the lifespan is much shorter than that of the Sun. Due to the lifespan of stars, it's inversely proportional to mass. The more massive the star, the more distant the nuclear reaction inside, the faster its fuel consumption, the shorter the life. Currently, the hydrogen at the core of Shangshu Temple has almost been exhausted, going through a fusion process that harms carbon. So his volume expanded, became a giant. Astronomers believe that once the carbon at the core of Shangshu Temple is exhausted, that it only takes 6 months. The entire star will disintegrate. A supernova occurred. There will be an iron box left in the core. And after the outbreak, if the quality of this iron box exceeding the Chandra limit, the attractive force squeezes the atom, pushed electrons into the nucleus, homoproton binding to neutron, finally explore into a. It's only 30 kilometers across. Astronomers predict Shangshu Temple may be within 100,000 years. A supernova explodes. And when he exploded, the luminosity can reach the full moon state. Even more than, it can last for months, still visible during the day. And then over the course of a few years, the brightness will slowly fade away. At that time, Orion's left shoulder will lose a star. All that's left is a beautiful planetary nebula. In fact, as early as 1054, humans have been witnessed the shocking scene of a supernova explosion. At that time, Chinese astronomer Yang Huaidi recorded it. And named Tianguan, Nemesis wrote, "First year in May, I left the east to guard the heavenly officials. See for a moment, 23 days of the four outstanding crimson and white mortals. Then over the next 2 years, the brightness gradually decreases. And this official nemesis, this is the Crab Nebula today." Now, you might have one more question. That is Shengshu Temple, if there is an explosion, will affect our planet? Indeed, supernova explosion can pose a threat to life within a certain range. Suppose a supernova exploded near the Earth. Then its burst of high-energy radiation can directly destroy the Earth's atmosphere, exposing life to cosmic radiation. This is life-threatening. Fortunately, Shengshu Temple is 640 light-years from Earth. It's not going to affect us that much.